Caitlin Clark just made history again. But this time, it wasn't with a buzzer beater. It wasn't with a logo three-pointer from the logo. It wasn't even on the court. This time, she did it with 2 interlocking C's and a pair of sneakers that sold out faster than concert tickets for Taylor Swift's Eras Tour. Yeah, that fast. Nike's announcement of Caitlin Clark's signature logo wasn't just another athlete branding moment. It was a cultural eruption, a line in the sand. The moment women's sports kicked the door off the hinges and screamed, "We're not asking anymore. We're here." If you're here for the real story and not the filtered version, subscribe. And if you're sticking around for the next meltdown, you better definitely subscribe. Let's be clear. Logos are reserved for the elite of the elite, the chosen few. Jordan has the Jumpman. LeBron has the crown. Kobe had the sheath. Kyrie, KD, even Giannis, all branded, all iconic. And now, Caitlin Clark has joined that pantheon. And she didn't do it by chasing clout or by fitting into a mold. She did it by rewriting the blueprint for what a modern sports icon can be. So when Nike dropped that clean, minimalist logo, 2 C's twisted in a sleek motion that feels just like a crossover, the world lost it. Fans were lining up digitally and physically. Her special edition Kobe 5 Protro PEs? Gone. Sold out in minutes. Resellers were flipping them for triple the price like it was 1985, and the first Air Jordans had just dropped. And Caitlin? She was stunned. In interviews, even she admitted she didn't expect this kind of reception, which is wild, considering she's been breaking attendance records, TV viewership records, and now apparently stock market expectations. Yep, Nike stock, it jumped the day her logo was announced. Why? Because this isn't just about a basketball player. It's about what she represents. Caitlin Clark is the tipping point. For years, women's sports have been treated like a side dish, a cool bonus, something to support rather than invest in. But Clark, she's flipping that script. She's proof that women's sports don't need charity. They need platforms. She's a walking, shooting, selling phenomenon. And Nike knows it. That $28 million deal, it's not a gamble. It's a blueprint. Because what she's building, this brand, this voice, this momentum, it's not a flash in the pan. It's a franchise in the making. The Caitlin Clark logo isn't just the start of a shoe line. It's the start of a movement. And let's not overlook the sheer economics of it. Analysts are already predicting her signature shoe, set to release in 2026, could pull in over $100 million. That's LeBron numbers. That's Steph Curry territory. And for a WNBA rookie, that's unheard of. But honestly, are we surprised? Her college games packed arenas like Final Fours. Her WNBA debut had celebrities courtside. Her jersey sales are breaking records left and right, up 1,193% in a single year. Her influence isn't rising, it's spiking. And the ripple effect? Massive. Ticket sales across the league? Up. WNBA merch? Flying off shelves. New sponsors? Clamoring to get in. Broadcasts? Getting prime time slots. People who never cared about women's hoops are suddenly obsessed. And Caitlin Clark is the magnet pulling it all together. Nike didn't just sign an athlete. They activated a demographic. You can feel it in every sold-out arena, in every social media clip, in every little girl wearing a number 22 jersey, mimicking that deep three-point release, in every adult who said they'd never watched a W but now can't look away. And that logo, it's already bigger than sneakers. It's on shirts, hats, hoodies, water bottles. People are getting tattoos of it. We're talking Jordan-esque devotion, and she hasn't even had the shoe release yet. But what makes this different, what makes Caitlin Clark matter, is that she's not just selling a product. She's shifting perception. She's redefining what marketability looks like. It's not just dunks and swagger anymore. It's leadership, precision, intelligence. It's the girl who shows up early, hits 1,000 shots, and then does a post-game interview like a media pro. It's the relentless pursuit of excellence, and fans can feel that. This moment also changes how we talk about value. For decades, the narrative was that female athletes couldn't move product. that marketing budgets were better spent elsewhere, that no one would buy a woman's signature shoe. Clark just torched that lie. And Nike? They know what they've got. They're not rushing it. The strategy is genius. First the logo, then the piece, then the merch. The build-up to the 2026 shoe drop isn't just marketing. It's myth-making. They're crafting an event, a moment, something fans will circle on their calendars the way people once waited for the next Jordan drop. And when that shoe lands, it won't just be a sneaker. It'll be a symbol of arrival, of recognition, of power. But what's even more fascinating, Caitlin Clark isn't trying to be a celebrity. She's not all over tabloids. She's not chasing Fashion Week or trying to be an influencer. She's just focused, locked in. She plays ball. She works. She competes. That authenticity is her superpower. It's why fans trust her. Why the hype feels earned, not manufactured. She's not selling you a dream. She's living it, grinding it out, shot by shot, game by game. And because of that, she's the most bankable athlete in women's sports today. Maybe ever. The WNBA has needed this kind of spark for years. Not because it lacked talent. There have always been stars. But because the league lacked platform amplification, marketing budgets, media spotlight, the kind of investment that men's sports get as a default. Now, thanks to Caitlin Clark and Nike's willingness to bet big, those barriers are crashing down. Her logo isn't just a branding move. It's a declaration that the game has changed, that the world is watching, and that from this point forward, women's sports are not niche anymore. They're main event. So what now? Now we wait for 2026. We wait for that signature shoe. We wait for the next cultural shockwave that will hit when Caitlin Clark laces them up for the first time. But until then, keep your eye on the merch drops. Keep watching those resale numbers. Keep following the story as Nike, Caitlin, and the entire WNBA ride this historic momentum into uncharted territory. Because history isn't just being made, it's being marketed. And this time, it's got 2 C's on the side. You want more? Oh, we're just getting started. Because Caitlin Clark's rise isn't just a sports story anymore. It's a marketing masterclass, a cultural shift, and let's be real, it's a little bit of a revenge arc, too. See, for years women's basketball players have been told to be grateful for scraps, that a few endorsement deals and some polite claps in the crowd were progress. That signature shoes? Reserved for the boys. Logos? Please. Even all-time greats like Sue Bird, Diana Taurasi, and Candace Parker, legends in their own right, never got this level of investment from Nike. But Caitlin Clark? Different era, different energy. And, let's face it, different results. Because the difference with Clark is that she doesn't just play well, she sells. She converts eyeballs into dollars. She turns tweets into ticket sales. She breaks viewership records, then sells out 20,000-seat arenas the next night. She's not just an athlete. She's a walking business empire with a jump shot. And now, she has a logo to match. Let's unpack that a little more. Because this isn't just some stylized initials slapped on gear. This logo was built to last. It was built to mean something. Think about it. 2 interlocking CS, symbolizing not just Caitlin Clark, but control and confidence, consistency and clutch, creation and charisma, literally all the traits she embodies. It's sleek. It's timeless. It looks good on sneakers and varsity jackets. It's the kind of design you see once and instantly associate with greatness. That's not easy to pull off. And yet here we are. And again, this is all before the signature shoe even hits shelves. Nike is playing this long game with military precision. And honestly, it's working better than anyone expected. Because the truth is, they didn't just launch a logo, they launched a cultural moment. People are already treating Caitlin's gear like collectibles. Early merch drops? Gone in minutes. Fans are framing her shoes like art. You've got grown men, die-hard sneakerheads who've never watched a full WNBA game in their lives, suddenly tune into Indiana Fever games like it's March Madness all over again. And this isn't just hype for the sake of hype. This is market validation. Real numbers. Real demand. The kind of consumer behavior that Wall Street analysts drool over. Nike's internal projections for her shoe revenue? North of $100 million. And frankly, that's a conservative estimate. This isn't just going to be a successful drop. It's going to redefine what success looks like in women's sports apparel. And don't sleep on the ripple effects. Other brands? Watching. Other athletes? Calling their agents. Everyone in women's sports is now asking the same question. If Caitlyn can get a logo and a $28 million deal, why can't I? This is how the landscape changes. One player breaks through, and suddenly the floodgates are open. The old guard who used to say, there's no market for women's sports, is being drowned out by a tidal wave of receipts. Literally, Caitlyn Clark didn't just secure the bag. She raised the ceiling for every athlete coming behind her. And can we talk about the timing? In a post-Nil world, where young athletes are becoming CEOs before they can legally rent a car, Clark is perfectly positioned. She's polished, yet relatable. Confident, yet coachable. She's not messy off the court. She's not arrogant in interviews. She's media gold. This isn't some fluke moment. This is the evolution of the women's game. The WNBA, for all its growing pains, has finally found its mainstream superstar, not just in terms of talent, but in terms of commercial gravity. Caitlyn's not just winning games. She's winning hearts, wallets, and headlines. And you can feel it. You walk into arenas now, and it's different. There's an electricity in the air. Young girls wearing number 22s on their backs. Grown men trading stats in the concession line. Scalpers outside for a WNBA game. Corporate sponsors lining up to plaster her face on everything from energy drinks to tech gadgets. We're in a new era now. And here's the kicker. Caitlyn Clark isn't even in her prime yet. That's the wildest part of all of this. She's a rookie. A rookie. Most athletes spend their first year adjusting, learning, playing catch-up. But Caitlyn? She's moving like a seasoned vet with a global empire behind her. And yeah, there's pressure. A lot of it. Expectations are sky high. She's expected to be perfect, to lead her team, to grow the game, to be the face of the WNBA, to live up to the Jordan comparisons, to smile for cameras and still drop 25 on any given night. But so far, she's handled it with unshakable calm. And that, more than anything, is why Nike is all in, because they didn't just see a great player. They saw a movement leader, someone who could change perception, shift culture, inspire a generation. And she's doing it. You know what people used to say about the WNBA? That it lacked star power, that it couldn't sell merchandise, that no one was watching. Now, Caitlyn Clark has debunked every one of those excuses. And she's only just begun. We're watching in real time the elevation of a women's sports figure into the kind of commercial icon status that has never been done at this scale before. Not like this. Not this fast. Not this loud. And that's what makes this moment so special. It's not just about Caitlyn. It's about what she represents. She's the proof that talent, when paired with the right platform and belief, can move mountains. She's the argument against every lazy exec who said women's sports can't sell. She's the face of a new business model that invests early and invests big. And for the girls watching at home, wearing her logo, lacing up her shoes, dreaming their own big dreams, Caitlyn Clark isn't just an athlete. She's a blueprint. So yeah, this isn't just about a logo. This is about legacy. Because that interlocking CC, it's not just a symbol. It's a signal that the game is changing, that the market is ready, that the moment is now. And Caitlyn Clark? She's already made it hers. Caitlyn Clark is no longer just a player. She's a paradigm shift. The way she moves, the way she plays, the way she speaks. And now, the way she sells. We're watching someone not just break records, but redesign the entire blueprint of how female athletes are marketed. And the irony? It looks effortless. Because while most marketing campaigns try so hard to manufacture cool, Clark just as cool. No forced slogans. No awkward campaigns. Just pure presence, unmatched skill, and the kind of poise that doesn't need a press release to feel iconic. Now, let's be real. Nike doesn't hand out logos like party favors. You don't get your own emblem because you're trending for a week. That interlocking CC wasn't just approved by a design team. It was bet on by an entire empire. And that bet is paying off like a jackpot on steroids. The second that logo hit Nike's channels, every retail server in the vicinity went into full panic mode. Orders flooded in. Items disappeared from shelves before most people even clicked refresh. And Caitlin? She didn't have to post a 3-minute monologue to hype it. Her game did all the talking. But let's not overlook the timing here. The launch wasn't just smart, it was surgical. Right when the WNBA is experiencing a critical moment of public attention, ratings up, debate raging, stars emerging, Nike capitalizes by tying their brand to the most undeniable name in the sport. Not a future star, not a maybe, not a she could be the face of the league one day. No, Caitlin Clark is the face of the WNBA right now, whether the gatekeepers like it or not. And yeah, I said gatekeepers, because there are still people out there, media folks, old guard fans, maybe even a few jealous teammates, who are salty about the fact that Clark is dominating the conversation. They want to say she's overhyped, that she's just another product of media obsession, that this is all marketing smoke and mirrors. But here's the thing they don't understand. Hype doesn't sell out arenas. Excellence does. And Caitlin delivers it every single night. On the court, with the media, in her community, and now, on the shelf. The kind of consistency she's shown, that's what turns athletes into icons. That's why Nike put their stamp on her. And don't get it twisted, this isn't about her being the safe choice. It's about her being the right choice. Because when it comes to building the future of women's sports, you don't build around drama. You build around trust, around reliability, around someone fans want to root for again and again. And Caitlin Clark? She's proven herself as someone who can carry the weight of the league on her back and make it look like just another Tuesday. Now let's zoom out. Let's talk about what this means for the rest of the WNBA and women's sports as a whole, because this isn't just Caitlin winning. It's a win for every player who's ever been told they don't have a market. It's a win for every agent who's been told to manage expectations for their women clients. It's a win for every little girl who dreams of not just making the league, but being the face of it. Nike's investment in Clark has now forced every other brand to recalibrate. Adidas, Under Armour, Puma, they're all suddenly looking around like, who's our Caitlin? Because she set the new bar. And if you don't have someone who can match that gravity, you're behind. And let's not forget the media. This kind of commercial success forces them to cover the game differently. You can't ignore Clark when she's driving millions in revenue. You can't leave women's sports off the front page when Nike stock is responding to a rookie's logo. You can't brush off WNBA debates when fans are lined up outside arenas like it's a Drake concert. This is business, big business. And Caitlin Clark just became the CEO of the W Revolution. Now, you might be wondering what happens next, because a logo drop, as massive as it is only the beginning. In 2026, her signature shoe drops. Let that marinate. Nike isn't rushing it because they know what they're doing. This is a long play. They're crafting the kind of mystique they did with Jordan, with Kobe, with LeBron. They're not just selling footwear. They're selling a legacy. Think about what that first commercial will look like. Think about what that first unveiling will feel like. Think about the lines, the resale prices, the cultural impact, because it's coming. And when that shoe hits shelves, it's not just going to be the biggest launch in WNBA history. It's going to be one of the biggest in sports history. Period. There are athletes who play the game, and then there are athletes who change the game. Caitlin Clark is doing both at the same time, and she's not even close to done. She still hasn't won a WNBA title, still hasn't hit her career peak, still hasn't played with the full force of experience behind her. She's just getting started. And yet here we are, watching her shift the tectonic plates of how women athletes are seen, celebrated, and sold. This is bigger than basketball. This is brand dominance. This is cultural equity. This is female excellence finally getting its due. So let the haters talk. Let the skeptics doubt. Let the old guard pretend this is all just hype. Because while they're stuck complaining in the comments, Caitlin Clark is out here turning logos into legacies. She's not just the future of women's basketball. She's the blueprint. And she's already wearing the stamp of greatness, one clean, interlocking C at a time.